But the governor didn't give an update on what he was told.
Tonight, though, there are some frustrations on who is and who is not getting the vaccine.
ABC 15's Nicole Grigg working to find out when we can expect more people to be eligible.
A decision is supposed to be made this week by a statewide vaccine committee on when vaccination appointments will open up for the next group, the rest of those in 1B. It would add essential service workers, critical industry workers, and adults with high-risk conditions who live in group settings.
I think that it should be given to those with the worst health issues first.
Joseph Campbell is just one of those frustrated, wanting to know when he will be able to get his vaccine. He won't be 65 until October, but he has several high-risk medical conditions and fears what could happen if he gets COVID.
It's a death sentence for me if I get it. My partner quit working a year ago so that he wouldn't have to fly an airplane, so he wouldn't bring home COVID, because if he did, I would be dead.
He says he's watching what's happening next door in California. Health officials there have already announced come March 15th, those with high-risk medical conditions such as heart disease or diabetes between the ages of 16 and 64 can get their shots. In Arizona, that's under Group 1C.
I'm very frustrated because the people that I try to talk to, no one has answers and no one seems to be that concerned.
There's also concerns about who the state is vaccinating. Right now, the state allows a +1 to get a shot. So if you take someone to an appointment at a state-run site, you may be able to get the vaccine based on clinical decisions and if there's enough vaccines available.
So that's why I'm so frustrated to do. Don't be advertising Arizona as being this at the forefront of vaccine distribution when we are not.
Carrie Pills' frustration is about the +1s and state health leaders touting the policy during a visit with President Joe Biden earlier this month. She tells us she's a caregiver to her 90-year-old parents, and she was hopeful she'd have a chance when she drove them to get their vaccine.
The volunteers were wonderful. They were very pleasant. And so every time we hit a checkpoint, and there was 3 checkpoints, every time I said, I am the primary caregiver for both of these people. Is there any possible way you can give me the vaccine, even though I know I'm under, the parameters? And they didn't. There was no discussion, no negotiation, nothing. It was just a flat out no.
The state says they do not know how many +1s they've vaccinated because its internal system does not track the shots that way, leaving those like Carrie with little hope.
I think that's totally disingenuous to be making statements like that when the reality is people like us who are running around from emergency room to emergency room are totally unprotected.
And as we've said, it all comes down to supply and demand. Right now, the demand is still exceeding our supply as we wait to find out when more vials of vaccines are headed our way. Nicole Grigg, ABC 15, Arizona.